This is Kawai. And at this point of your life, you have already come across some high pressure situations, and some of you might already have very embarrassing moments about that. So, as far as I remember, one of my high pressure situations was in high school, right? It was when I was sitting at the back of the class and the teacher was teaching in front, and I was talking with my friends rather than listening to her. So she saw us, right? Actually, she just saw me. She didn't see my friends. So she just called out my name and she told me to stand up. I just froze. I didn't move up for her about 7 to 10 seconds. I just froze. I was so nervous, right? My hands started sweating and my legs started shaking when I heard my name. Right? She just called it out. And then she told me to stand up again and I just stood up and I just stood there. I didn't say a word. And then she asked the question, the great question that every teacher asks in my high school when they see us talking. Okay, so that great question was, what was I teaching? Yeah, seriously, they will just ask that. And unfortunately, I didn't know what she was teaching. Yeah, I wasn't really paying attention. I was talking with my friend, so I didn't know what she was teaching. At least I knew the subject, so yeah. But I didn't say anything to her because I was so nervous. My heart was pounding a lot, and I was just shaking, and I didn't say anything, right? Because I had no idea what she was talking about, and then I just um and so she just told me to stand up, and she just gave me punishment, right? I had to stand up for the whole period. I She didn't let me sit down anymore. I just had to stand up and listen to her, and she would just continue asking me questions about what she was teaching, right? She just went on with her lessons, and then she would just ask me questions about what she was teaching continuously for the whole period, right? And it was very embarrassing for me because my class was near the toilet, and there were windows beside the class, right? So every person at school, if they are going to the toilet, they are going to have to they were they had to pass they had to pass my class, right? So they would see me standing and taking the punishment, right? So every person at school, even the younger, even the juniors and the seniors, would see me, and they would just laugh at me a little bit and then joke about it when the school ends. So it was embarrassing for me, right? But it's a memory, so it doesn't matter anymore. But what I want to tell you guys is, if you have ever been in that situation, those situations are called high pressure situations, right? For example, it was just an example, right? So there are similar situations in our lives too. So like when you are in the interview, like those interviews also one of the high pressure situations, or interviews, or might be when you are introduced to new people, or in networking events, or when you are in dates, right? When you go out on dates. So those are high pressure situations, and those situations, most of us don't know, have no idea what we should say or what is the right thing to do, right? We in our minds we are just, oh, what do I do? What do I do now? What if I say something that he or she doesn't like, right? It might ruin the friendship or something, or we're just afraid, right? So we just don't do anything. But that is not the right thing to do. We just become so nervous and we just froze, right? So here are a few tips that you can do to not get out of that situation, but to improve yourself, right? To change your state, to stop the nervousness that you were feeling. You stop the nervousness that you feel when you get into those situations, and how to easily get out of the situation with ease. Okay, so here goes. The first thing that you can do is to change your body language, right? When you are in those situations, you will definitely feel so uncomfortable and so nervous that your body language will be very bad, right? You would just be like this, or you would just fold your hands, or your hands are going to sweat a lot, and you will be just doing this, or put your hands in the pocket, right? And those are very bad body language, because those are not open body language. And whenever, even not in those high pressure situations, whenever you notice yourself doing those bad body language, then I really advise you to change your body language immediately, because changing your body language, changing your actions are going to change your mind, are going to change your state of mind, and it's going to make you a lot more confident person and a lot more attractive person, right? So you have to have open body language, which is putting out your chest, right? You have to show your neck and your chest like this. So these are the vulnerable parts for the human body. So you have to show your vulnerable sides, right? And then your hands have to be visible, right? You can put your hands in the pocket, or you can just hold something like this, right? You have to have the good posture, and then your hands have to be visible, right? That is good body language. And if possible, I want you to hold good eye contact, right? Check out how to hold eye contact. Okay, so that's what you should do. Change your body language whenever you notice that you are having bad body language. And the next thing that you can do is to relax, right? You are definitely going to feel nervous, and you are going to have bad body language. So just relax, right? You know that you are going to that is going to happen, right? You know that you are going to be uncomfortable. So you already have those expectations. So what you can do is, I want you guys to prepare for it, right? Prepare your mind that you're going to feel those. And then after you have prepared your mind, you should really expect the worst, right? And if the worst doesn't happen, then you're going to feel a little bit relieved, right? And you can feel a little bit more relaxed if you just take a deep breath in those situations, right? And when you're taking a deep breath, I don't want you guys to take a deep breath by putting out your chest like that, right? When you take a deep breath, make sure that you breathe in and breathe out with your um, diaphragm, I think. Yeah, diaphragm. So take a deep breath with your nose, and then put it out again with your mouth, right? Just slow it down, right? Just slow down. And then your voice will also change a bit. You might notice it right now, right? So your voice will change a bit, your body language will also change, and your body will be more relaxed, and you will feel much more confident than you were before. So those are the things that you can do. Now let me recap. You have to have good body language, and then relax by taking a deep breath, and prepare ahead. You have to prepare, not prepare, sorry. You have to expect the worst, right? So that when the worst doesn't happen, then you'll feel a little bit more relaxed and more relieved. So which is a good thing. So those three things are what you should do before you get into those high situations, and when you get into those high pressure situations. Okay, and the most important thing is, whenever you get into those high pressure situations, it's the best to be able to feel comfortable and get over those things. So what you can really do is practice, right? Just practice talking to everyone. Whenever you see strangers or new people, just practice talking with them. Okay, talking doesn't have to be like, it's very complicated or very confusing subject, right? You can just talk about anything at all to any strangers, right? But before you talk to anyone, just see if they are available or not. If they are busy, it's better not to talk to them, because you're going to be it's not going to end well, right? So if they aren't busy, if they are just sitting down or anything, right, you can just go up to any strangers and ask them the direction of where you want to go. Or like, excuse me, can you tell me this direction of the supermarket, right? Anything that you can say anything, right? So, and then after you have asked them, and after they have already told you where the supermarket is, don't just stop there. Just continue the conversation. Like, are you around here? Or do you have a pet? Anything, right? You can just continue the conversation, right? And then calibrate the conversation from there. And after practicing for about a couple of times, right, with a couple of different people, then you're going to feel much more confident and much more comfortable, and then you will just, any high pressure situation might not even make you uncomfortable anymore, right? Because you are so relaxed in those situations, right? As if you live in the middle of the war, right? So that's all for today, guys. Enjoy.